87% of small businesses are now using some form of AI. ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever the team downloaded. But only 12% have actually automated a workflow with it. The other 75% are using a $2,000 tool as a search engine. This episode fixes that. 5 workflows. 1 day of setup. Tools you can have running before dinner tonight. Picture a 12-person service business. Property management, law firm, insurance office, it doesn't matter. The specifics change. The pain points are identical. Every morning starts in reactive mode. Email, calendar, Slack, a voicemail from yesterday you haven't heard. Every afternoon has a stack of documents that need to go out. Every Friday, there's a report nobody's started yet. The people running these businesses aren't lazy or disorganized. They're running workflows that were designed for 2005 and never updated. That's the only thing we're changing today. In the last episode, we introduced the 3-layer framework. Find your time sinks, match AI to each one, then build it in a process so people actually use it. Today is layer 2 in full. We're going workflow by workflow through a real workday. Each one has a specific tool, a realistic setup time, and a before and after you can actually feel. No theory, no top 10 list, just 5 patterns that any non-technical business owner can set up in one focused day. We'll go through them in order, morning to afternoon, so by the end you'll have a mental map of an automated workday from start to finish. Workflow 1, the morning briefing. Right now, the average service business owner spends 30 to 40 minutes every morning assembling their day from 5 different apps. That's not a morning routine, that's a scavenger hunt. Here's how you replace it. In Zapier, you build a multi-step zap with a scheduled trigger. Set it for 7 a.m. Step 2 pulls today's events from Google Calendar. Step 3 pulls unread Gmail flagged as important or starred. Step 4 sends all of it to ChatGPT with a prompt that says, quote, summarize my day in 5 bullets. Flag anything urgent that needs a response before noon. Step 5 delivers the result to Slack or your email. Setup time, about 45 minutes, mostly spent writing the prompt and testing it. Monthly cost, Zapier starter at $20 per month on the annual plan, plus a few cents of OpenAI API. The morning scavenger hunt is gone. Workflow 2. The 10 o'clock stand-up ends. Normally, someone, maybe you, spends the next 20 minutes writing up what was decided and who owns what. By Thursday, half of those commitments have quietly died. The fix is Fireflies.ai. It joins your Zoom or Teams call automatically as a participant, transcribes the whole meeting, and here's the part people miss. It extracts action items and posts them to your Slack channel without you doing anything. Setup, 15 minutes. You connect it to your calendar, authorize Zoom or Teams, and it handles everything from there. No prompts to write, no configuration. It just shows up. Fireflies Pro runs $10 per user per month on the annual plan. The free plan gives you limited transcription minutes to test with first. This is the easiest workflow on the list, and for most teams, one of the highest value. Not because the technology is impressive, but because the cost of forgotten action items is enormous. Deals that stall, projects that slide, clients who feel ignored. A 15-minute setup eliminates that class of problem entirely. 2 workflows in. You've recovered 90 minutes today. That's 7.5 hours this week. 30 hours this month. The productivity crowd loves to stop here at the number. But here's what that framing misses. Save time only matters if you spend it on something that moves the business forward. 30 hours a month is 3 new client conversations. It's a lease audit that catches a clause issue before it becomes a dispute. It's actually leaving at a normal hour on Friday for the first time in a while. That's the real compound effect. Not the hours, what the hours become. Most businesses never get there because the daily busy work refills the bucket the moment you clear it. Automation is the only thing that changes the structural drain. Let's do the afternoon. Workflow 3, the follow-up problem. A prospective client emails about a service you offer. In a manual world, You see it, intend to reply, get pulled into something else, and respond 2 days later. They already went with someone who got back to them the same day. Here's the zap. Gmail triggers when a new inquiry arrives. ChatGPT reads the actual email, not a template. It reads what they wrote and drafts a personalized response that addresses their specific question. That draft routes to a human review step before it sends. You approve it, it goes. Simultaneously, it logs the lead to a Google Sheet and creates follow-up reminders at day 3 and day 7. The key word there is draft. You are not handing your reputation to an algorithm. You are handing the first draft to one, and there is a significant difference. The difference between a 2-day reply and a 60-second reply is the difference between winning and losing the lead. Setup time, about 90 minutes. Monthly cost, Zapier starter at $20, plus roughly $5 in OpenAI API at typical small business email volume. Workflow 4 is where people most underestimate AI. Not the flashy use cases, the boring document work that quietly eats 5 to 10 hours a week in any service business. Proposals, contracts, notices, reports. Everyone follows a template. Everyone takes too long. The fix is a custom GPT in ChatGPT Plus, $20 a month, loaded with your actual templates. You go to chatgpt.com, create a new GPT, upload 3 to 5 of your standard documents, and write a system prompt that says something like, "You are a document assistant for this firm. Use the attached templates. Always include the required liability clause in Section 9. That's the setup. 1 hour. From that point on, you describe the situation in 2 sentences. Tenant in Unit 4, be requesting early lease termination. 60 days notice, no penalty per the original agreement. And you get a complete first draft in 30 seconds that sounds like your company because it was trained on your company's documents. You review it, make 1 edit, send it. 5 minutes instead of 45. Claude Projects at the same $20 Pro price does the same thing with comparable results. Use whichever you already pay for. Workflow 5. Every Friday, someone on your team spends 3 hours pulling numbers from spreadsheets and writing a narrative summary for the owner or board. It is always late and nobody enjoys it. Now, a Zapier schedule trigger fires at 4 p.m. every Friday. It pulls occupancy rates, maintenance tickets closed, and revenue collected from Google Sheets. Sends everything to ChatGPT with a prompt. Write a professional weekly summary for these numbers in the style of a business operations report. Outputs to a Google document. The office manager reviews it, makes 1 edit, sends it. 15 minutes instead of 3 hours. The owner gets a better report. The office manager gets her Friday evening back. Setup time, about 90 minutes. 5 workflows. 1 day to build them. The ongoing cost is $50 to $75 a month. That's less than 1 hour of a part-time admin every month forever. The setup is 1 focus Saturday. What you get in return is 15 or more hours a week that currently disappear into busy work. That is not a technology argument. That is an ROI argument. And the math is not close. Here is what the PrentusAI team recommends. Do not try to set up all 5 at once. Pick the one that hurts the most right now. For most service businesses, that's either the customer follow-up or the document drafting. Those have the fastest payback. Set it up this week. Full breakdowns with tool links are at PrentusAI.com. Link in the description. Subscribe for the next episode. We go through every major AI subscription and tell you exactly which ones are worth the money and which ones you should cancel. Drop a comment. Which workflow are you building first?